Okay, the most important thing, as we discussed earlier, that you need to read. Read is read is something like a is major uh, you know major skill, okay, or something like the most important skill that you need to focus, okay. As I said earlier, that you first thing is when you read, focus on your pronunciation, okay. If you know pronunciation, then your ears can understand. If you don't know pronunciation, then your ears cannot catch that word, okay, cannot get that word. Therefore, it is important to understand exactly how English people pronounce or how English people read. This is important. Okay, the first thing is your pronunciation. Second thing is your vocabulary. Okay, if you have vocabulary, then you will speak English. Then irrespective whether you know grammar or you don't know grammar, you will speak. Your something will push you. When you know these words, when you understand something, then it comes into your mind that I need to say something, I need to reply, I can't stay quiet. Okay, therefore, second important thing is your vocabulary. Third most important thing is your grammar. Okay, obviously grammar is, now vocabulary, pronunciation, and grammar is like making like arrangement, pattern. Grammar is all about pattern, how you arrange sentences. Okay, therefore you learn about the arrangement of sentences. Okay, and that is the reason we need grammar. Okay, but when you read aloud, your brain will understand. Remember that we have this ability, we have this our brain is really fertile. Okay, it's something like very fast learner. Irrespective we focus or we don't focus, it will learn. Okay, therefore the most important thing is you learn grammar. Even if you don't focus, you learn grammar. But if you focus, then there are chances that you learn quickly. Okay, and obviously there are chances that you will make mistake as well, because you are more conscious. Okay, and the fourth most important thing is when you are um, focusing on the when you are learning content. When you are when you are you are getting information about any topic. Okay, all these politicians, all these news anchor person, all these people who you just who you listen to on YouTube or wherever, they prepare they prepare that subject. Okay, they learn about that topic, whatever the topic is. That is their specialization. If it's not their specialization, they learn about it. They just they continue reading, continue practicing. People, they have a team of researcher. They research on their topic, and then they give them like, this is the crux, or this is the like headline of the topic. Okay, therefore everything is in front of them. That is why they are speaking. Okay, therefore for you guys, you need to prepare. When you prepare something, then you will speak. There is no reason then you can't speak. Okay, we are doing future perfect continuous tense. Last time when we have done we last time we have done present perfect, sorry, future perfect tense. Okay, now we are going to do future perfect continuous tense. Okay, it's something like we have, this is future perfect continuous tense, and how we arrange structure is, we have will, then will, then we have have, and then been, and then verb first, sorry, ing form of verb. Okay, ing form of verb. Okay, therefore we have always, uh, will have, been, and plus verbs ing form of. Okay, if we talk about present, if we talk about present perfect continuous, we will have has, have, has, have, have, plus uh, been, plus verb and ing form. Okay, and then we have past perfect. When we say, when we talk about past perfect continuous, we have had, been, and verb ing form. Okay, Okay, we have these has, have been plus verb ing form of verb. Okay, and then we have had been and verb ing form of verb. Okay, and then we have in future perfect continuous we have will. Okay, or will, or in a rare situation we use shall as well. Will, shall plus have plus been plus ing form of verb. Okay, let's take the example of okay, we have this in front of us. Okay, they have been, okay, it's in the present. It is present perfect continuous. They have been studying French for 3 years. Okay, that the meaning of this sentence is that they were studying in past as well. Okay, and they are still continuously they are studying. Okay, at this time, at this moment, still they have been studying. Okay, God knows for how many years they will study, how many how many years, how many years more they will study. Okay, we don't know. Okay, therefore they have been studying French for 3 years. Okay, they have been studying French for 3 years. That means कि वो past में somehow rather 3 years we know that they started studying 3 years before. Okay, and but at this time still they have been studying. Okay, they still continuously studying. They are studying at this time even studying French. Okay, therefore this is like a present perfect continuous tense, something which is ongoing. Action is started in the past and still it is going on. Okay, if we take this example in this, we have a and then let's say if we okay, they will have they had been studying. Okay, they had been studying. Okay, now it's past. Okay, they had been studying French for 3 years. Okay, therefore they had been studying French for 3 years. Okay, now again in this sentence we can see that it is still action is like ongoing in past. Okay, action is ongoing in past. Okay, we have had, been, and ing form of verb. They had been studying French for 3 years. Okay, now they started studying French in past. Okay, they started studying French for 3 years. 3 years before they started studying, but when they stopped studying French, we don't know about that. Okay, because in the past it was ongoing. It was like a non-stop. Okay, what we understand that in past 3 years before they started studying French. Okay, but in the past, now it is past. But when they stopped, we don't have knowledge about this. Okay, but what we know that when I met them last time, when I met them the last time, okay, they had been studying French. Okay, and then their teacher told me that they had been studying French for 3 years. Okay, this is something with the they had been studying French for 3 years. And similarly, we have future indefinite, future perfect continuous tense. They will have been studying French for 3 years. Okay, they will have studying French for 3 years. Okay, that they will have been studying French for 3 years. They will have been studying French for 3 years. Okay, that that they will have been studying French for 3 years. That what we know that they will study French for 3 years. Okay, but after that, for 3 years we are sure, okay, but after that, what they're going to do, we don't know about that, okay. Therefore they will have been studying French for 3 years, okay. For future 3 years, they will continuously study French, okay. Let's take another example. Okay, I have been waiting here for over an hour. Okay, I have been waiting here for over an hour. I have been waiting here for over an hour. Okay, this is, we have present present perfect continuous tense. Okay, I have been waiting here for over an hour. Okay, that for he's been waiting there for over an hour, for an hour, okay, or more than an hour, okay. But when he will stop waiting, we don't have a knowledge about that, okay. We don't know when he will stop waiting, okay. Therefore, the most important thing what we understand, I have been waiting here for that, still at this time, at this moment, he is waiting there, okay. At this moment, at this time, he is waiting there. But it's not like he started waiting right now. No, he has been waiting for an hour, okay, for over an hour, for more than an hour, okay. He has been waiting for over an hour, okay. Do you guys understand, or hello?
Hello, sir.
You guys do you understand, or don't forget
Yes,
if it,
sir. We got
ask
it.
me the little question, please.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we got it.
Okay, now again we had they had been studying. Okay, we will change have been to had been. Okay, we change this had been waiting here for over an hour. Okay, had been waiting here for over an hour. Okay. Okay, again had been waiting mean that they an hour before they started waiting, okay, an hour before. And when I left that place, okay, when I left that place, when I saw him waiting there, I saw this one person, okay, this guy, he was waiting there somewhere, sitting there, okay. When I went there, I met this person. The someone told me that he had been waiting there for an hour, okay. And when I left there, he was waiting that time, okay. I don't know anything about him, that he, after that, he just he stopped waiting, or he just left, or he went home. But what, according to this sentence, okay, what I understood, that when I left there, he had been waiting, okay. He had been waiting there for an hour, okay. That this action was started in the past, okay, and still continue in the past tense,
Past.
okay. Therefore it is like that, the action is ongoing, okay. And if we just take the same example, if we just use this example here, okay. And we'll say will have been, okay. Will have been waiting here for over an hour, okay. I will have been waiting, okay. You plan something and you tell them, like, look, I'm not leaving. I will have been waiting there, okay, here for over an hour, okay. I will not leave, okay. And I am saying that I will have been waiting, okay. But it could be, I don't know for how long I need to wait, okay. I have been, but what we're going to do in the future, we use I will have been waiting here for an hour, okay. Let's find one more example, and then we will. Okay. Okay. And then when we make these, when we make these negative sentences are negative sentences. Okay. Sentences. Okay. Negative sentences are when we say negative sentences, and then negative. Please, if you guys.
लगा हुआ तो है मेरे बेटे मामा क्या करें.
Okay. Negative sentences. Okay. Therefore, what we're going to do is we will say, just copy this and make a negative sentence. Okay. They will have not been studying French for 3 years. Okay. And I have not been waiting here for over an hour. Okay. Therefore, that's the way we make a negative sentence. Okay. And if we make like a interrogative sentences, interrogative sentences. Okay, what we're going to do is interrogative sentences. Okay. Have they been studying French for 3 years? And sign of interrogation. Okay. And then we do again, have I been waiting here for over an hour? Sign of interrogation. Okay. This way we make, this is affirmative sentence. We call this affirmative sentences, or we can call them positive sentences as well. Yeah, affirmative sentences and positive sentences.
Yes, sir.
G.
Sir, can we share this PDF in the group?
How we can, sorry, say it again. I didn't hear you properly.
Actually, I want to say, can you share this PDF in the group?
Can we share what, sorry?
Can we share this PDF in the group?
Yeah, I will share the video, okay? Don't worry.
Okay.
I will record this and share the video.
Okay.
Okay, they have been, okay, we have affirmative sentences. We can call them affirmative, and we can call them positive sentences as well. Then we have negative sentences. Okay, negative sentences when you are like, don't agree with something. Okay, they have not been studying French. I have not been waiting. Okay, interrogative sentences, or we can call them question sentences. Okay, we will always start with have, has or have. Okay, has or have. The most important thing is when you write a sentence, always write with a capital, with a capital letter. Okay, like they, I. Okay, always write with a capital letter. It's not like don't, it's not some people, when we used to writing a lot of stuff. Okay, then I mean at that time, I've seen some of you guys, making these mistakes. But make sure that when you start the sentence, start with the capital. Okay, and then. And in the middle, do not write any letter, any sentence with a capital letter. Okay, do not. Usually people write F with capital letter. Okay, but F is usually, if it is a proper noun, if it is something, name of a person, place, or or something important, then you can write with capital. Otherwise, we always write with a small letter. Okay. And don't forget full stop. Always write full stop. Okay. And similarly, when we are writing question sentences or interrogative sentences, never forget question mark. Without question mark, your sentence is not correct. Okay. Without your sentence is not correct. Okay. Now, past perfect tense, again, past perfect tense is okay, when we make negative sentences, okay, this is like a affirmative sentence. Okay. We call this affirmative sentence. Okay. And then we have a negative sentences. Okay, negative sentences, we have they had not been studying. I had not been waiting here for over an hour. Okay. Therefore, full stop. We start with a capital letter. Okay. And in the middle, we do not write any word with capital letter unless it is a proper noun. Okay. If it's the name of a person, name of something important, then we write it. Otherwise, we don't write it. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Similarly, we have future perfect continuous, and then future perfect continuous. The first one is we have affirmative sentence. We can call affirmative sentences, or we can call them positive sentences. Okay. And then we have negative sentences. Okay, negative sentences. Negative. Negative sentences. Then we have they will have not been, they will have or will not have been. Okay, they will have not been studying French. Okay, I will have not been waiting here for over an hour. Okay, I will have not been waiting for over an hour. Now I never use this. Usually in your daily life, you don't use these sentences. Okay. Now my brain is, if I think about, like, I will not, but my brain is not allowing that. Okay. I even didn't remember this rule. Okay. I forgot this rule. I didn't remember this rule. Okay. But my brain is not allowing me to say, approve this sentence that will not is not correct. Okay. Therefore, it will come here. They will have not been studying. Okay. And I will have not been waiting for over an hour. Okay. Therefore, your brain, with practice, your brain will tell you that this is correct or this is not correct. Okay. But if you practice interrogative sentences, will have been studying French for 3 years. Okay. Will they have been studying French for 3 years? And then in the end, we write a question. Okay. And will I, we always write I capital. When you write, always you write I capital. Okay. I is never small. Remember that. Even in present tense, it started in past. You know, the funny thing is, in present tense, it started in past, okay, and then it continued in present as well, ongoing, okay. The action started in past, and it will continue. Okay, now we have question mark. Okay, will they have been studying French for 3 years? Question mark. Will I have been waiting here for over an hour? Question mark. Okay, so it is important to use question mark. Without question mark, your sentence will not be correct. Okay. Okay, let's read this paragraph. By the end of this year, okay, he is talking about by the end of this year. Okay, at this time, it's not right now. We are like, it's not like we are not near the end. Okay, therefore he is giving us the reference. By the end of this year, I will have been studying for my final exam for over 6 months. Okay, that end of the year, okay, I will have been studying for my final exam for over 6 months. Okay, that end of the year, okay, he will be studying for 6 months, okay, for his final exam. He's not saying that the final exam is at the end of the year, but he's saying that at the end of the year, he has been studying, for his exam for 6 months, for over 6 months. Okay, he has been studying for 6 months. Every day I will have been dedicating at least 4 hours to revision. Okay, therefore I will have been dedicating. Okay, I will have been dedicating at least 4 hours to revision. Okay, to revise at least I will have been dedicating at least 4 hours to revision. Okay, focusing on subjects that have historically been challenging for me. Okay, focusing on subjects that have historically been challenging for him. Okay, at least 4 hours to revision. Okay, and focusing on subjects that have been, okay, on that subject. Okay, focusing on subjects that have historically been challenging for him. Okay, historically means like in past, those subjects were difficult for him, were challenging for him. Okay, therefore what he will do, focusing on subjects that have been challenging for me. Okay, my teacher will have been guiding me through the most difficult topic. Okay, my teacher will have been. Okay, now here that have been, it is in present. Okay, this particular sentence is in present. Have been is in present. Okay, you guys can notice this one. This is in present continuous tense. Okay, present perfect continuous tense that have historically been challenging for me. Okay, my teacher will have been guiding me through the most difficult topics. Okay, will have been guiding me. You're talking about like giving a reference of your teacher, that my teacher will have been guiding me through the most difficult topic. Okay, that he will have been guiding me through the most difficult topic. Okay, ensuring that I understand every concept thoroughly. Okay, thoroughly mean comprehensively. Okay, when we say thoroughly mean comprehensively. When you understand something clearly. Okay, thoroughly mean comprehensively. I understand every concept. Okay, I understand every concept thoroughly. Okay, now we have I understand is again, this is like a present indefinite tense. Okay, I understand every concept thoroughly. This is a present indefinite tense. Okay. Meanwhile, I will have been attending extra classes and study groups. Okay. Meanwhile, in the meantime, meanwhile is like a conjunct. Okay. To join as a join, with join sentences. Okay. You start meanwhile, you start as a conjunct. Okay. Meanwhile, I will have been attending extra classes. Okay, I will have been attending extra classes and study groups, and I will have been attending extra classes and study groups. Okay, which will have, okay, now this is again we notice that this is I will have been attending is like a will have been extra classes and study groups, which will have been running since early September. Okay, which will have been, again we have here will have been. Okay, which will have been running since early September. Let me bring that message. Okay, these extra classes, study groups, I will have been attending extra classes and study groups, which will have been running. Okay, again, this is a future perfect continuous tense. Okay. Since early September, these sessions will have been providing. Okay, will have been providing valuable insight and reinforcing my learning through collaboration with peers. Okay, providing, provide to give something. Okay, giving something is providing. Valuable is important. Valuable is something important. Insight is when you are like, insight is something like, in depth, something like, detail, insight is detail, something, detail. And reinforcing. Reinforce mean that, reinforcement to make sure, reinforce my learning through collaboration. Okay, reinforcement to make sure that my learning through collaboration. Collaboration is when you work together. Collaboration is when you work together. Okay, and with peers. Peers are like when you are working with your colleagues, when you are working with your classmates. We call them peers. Okay, when you work with your classmate, we call them peers. Okay, when you are like in same class, when you are students working together, we call them peers. Okay, valuable insight is like a detailed knowledge. Insight is a knowledge, something like knowledge or detail about something. And reinforce is like you use a we use pillar, when we have these concrete structures. Okay, we always use pillar. Okay, to reinforce, we build pillar to reinforce that these concrete structures are strong enough. Okay, therefore we reinforce. We use pillar to reinforce, to make sure that they are strong enough to carry the load. Okay, therefore we use we can call reinforcement. Okay, or we reinforce. While preparing for the exam, I will have been balancing my academic work. Okay, I will have been balancing my academic work. I will have been balancing my academic work. Okay, I will have been, while preparing for the exam, I will have been balancing to make it like make sure that make sure that it is like it's not something like make sure that it is like it is fine. Balancing means it's fine, it's good. My academic work. Academic works are when you do assignments, when you do, when you are studying, when you are doing graduation, you do your assignments, you do your coursework, you got to do research, you got your projects. All these are academic work with part-time responsibilities at home. My parents will have been counting. Okay, my parents will have been counting. My parents will have been counting on me to help around the house. Okay, I cannot count on you. Okay, count on you mean relying something. The count on is a relying on someone. Okay, when you rely on someone, when I can just I can trust you. I can rely on you. I can give you. I am certain about you that yes, you can do the job. Okay, then I can count on you. Okay, if you are not like trustworthy, you are not reliable, then I cannot count on you. Okay, this is important, that you need to be reliable and trustworthy. Okay, my parents will have been counting on me to help around the house. Okay, it is usually in our setup, we have our parents, they count on us. Okay, our parents, they count on us. Okay, to help them around the house. And I will have been managing my time effectively. Okay, again, I will have been managing my time effectively. Okay, effectively means like you don't waste time. When I say, are you managing your time? Are you managing your time effectively? Okay, that means you are not wasting your time. Okay, you are carefully using your time. That is called managing my time effectively to meet both academic and personal obligation. Okay, therefore I will have been managing my time, that he is managing his time effectively, carefully, responsibly, to meet both academic, to meet both obligations, both responsibilities, his personal and his academic. Okay, like his professional and his personal as well, both responsibilities. Okay, to meet both responsibility, his personal responsibility and his academic obligation. Obligation is duty. Okay, obligation is duty. Then I say this is your obligation. Okay, this is your duty. On weekend, I will have been participating. On weekend, I will have been participating. Okay. On weekend, I will have been participating in online mock test. Okay, I will have been participate is when you are like when you take part. Okay, when you share something with someone, share a work, you participate. When you share some work with someone, that means you participate. Okay, I will have been participating in online mock test. Mock tests are like that you take as like as like as like a as like prepare as a part of preparation. Okay, you always we call them mock test. Okay, before your board exam in your school, you have mock exams. Okay, mock test. They are not like they are mock. They are like as a they are given to you as like as a test, as like the board exam, but it's not board exam. Okay, therefore we call them mock test or mock exams, which will have been helping me. Okay, which will have been helping me. Again, we have here identify weak areas and improve my test taking strategies. Okay, therefore mock exam will help me, which will have been helping me identify. Okay, identify mean when you find out about something. Okay, identify mean when you find about your weak areas, when you find out about your weaknesses and improve my test taking strategies. Okay, improve mean when you when you get better. Improve mean when you try to get better. My test taking strategies. Okay, strategies are up your plan. A set of like rules, a set of plans. We call them strategies. Okay, so that if we are doing something and we have a strategy in place, if it is working, it is good. Otherwise, we change our strategy. Okay, we change our strategy to make it work. Sometimes that is why people say we have plan A and plan B. Okay, if plan A is not working, we can use plan B. Okay, or if plan B is not working, we can use plan A. Okay, therefore, if one strategy is not working, we can use the other strategy. Okay. My tutor will have been offering feedback regularly. Okay. My tutor will have been offering feedback. Okay. Now again, this is like a regularly. Okay. So I will have been refining my method steadily. Okay. Refine mean when I say, refine mean like to improve again. Refine something mean to improve again. Okay. To improve yourself, to make it better. Okay. Refine your practices mean to make your practice, to improve your practice, to work on your practice. Okay. So that if you are as an expert, if you are expert, then your practices are refined. Okay. I will have been refining my methods steadily. Or steadily means slowly. When we say steadily means slowly. Okay. Steadily means slowly, and method is like your plan, your strategy. We call this methods. Okay. We can call these strategies. We can call these plans. Okay. Therefore, this is like something like a set of steps or set of like points. Okay. Therefore, we call this strategy, methods, and plan. By the time I finally sit for the exam, okay, I finally sit for the exam. Okay, when I just take the exam, we always say, we don't say give exam, we say take exam. Okay, in English, we don't say give exam. Okay, I don't say I give exam. I don't say I give exam. Okay, I don't say I give exam. The correct way is I. This is not correct. The correct way is this is incorrect.
Sir, what the teacher used when he give exam or take exam?
Yeah. Teacher will give exam and student will take exam. Okay. Teacher
Okay,
will
thank
give
you.
exam and student will take exam. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Teacher will always remember that teacher will give exam and teacher will give exam and students will take exam. By the time I finally sit for the exam, I will have been practicing. Okay, I will have been practicing. Okay, again, this is a practicing is present perfect, future perfect, continuous tense. Okay, practicing past paper for several months. Okay, that is why if you want to improve, if you want to improve your grades, you need to practice past paper. Okay, for several months. Okay, you need to practice past paper. Okay, we have two types of practice. We have we use practice is like we use practice PRACTICE. This is a noun. Okay, this is noun. Okay, and then we have verb practice as well. Then we have practice is verb. Okay, when it is with practice, TICE, it is noun, and when practice, TISC, it is verb. When we say advice, advice is like a noun, and when we say advice, it is a verb. Practicing past paper for several months, I will have been stimulating or simulating when you exam. Okay, simulation is when you try to copy that. Okay, simulation is when you try to copy something. Simulate is when you try to copy something. Okay, I will have been simulating exams condition at home. Okay, I will think like that. I will just, imagine. Simulating means I will imagine exam conditions at home. Okay, I will pretend that I am in the exam. I'm not at home. I am in the exam. Okay, making sure that I am not only academically prepared but also mentally ready for the pressure. Okay, therefore, if you are taking an exam, you need to make sure that it's not like academically you are ready, but you are prepared as well. You have like a strong nerves to take the exam. Academically prepared, but also mentally ready for the pressure. Okay, so that you can sustain the pressure. Okay, because if you are not mentally ready, if you are not prepared, academically, if you are not prepared, then you are even mentally you are not ready. Okay, and for those people, they don't care about anything. They are mentally ready as well, even if they are academically not prepared. My friend and I will have been motivating each other throughout this journey. Okay, my friend and I motivating each other. Motivate mean when you encourage someone. Okay, motivating each other, encouraging someone. Okay, when we use each other for two people. Okay, we use each other for two people. Okay, each other for two persons. Okay, but if it's more than two, then we use one another. Okay, one another. Okay, when it is more than two people, then we use verb more than more than two persons. Okay, when there are more persons, then we don't use we use one another. Like if there are two people, we can say between. Okay, between. Okay, for two persons we use between. Two persons we use between. Okay, but we use among. If it is more than two persons, we use more than two person, then we use among. Okay. Each other throughout this journey. Motivating when you encourage. Motivate is when you try to encourage someone. Okay, when you try to tell him that you can do good, don't worry, you are doing great. Okay, and you will do great. Don't worry, continue your hard work. This is called encouragement, or you can call this motivation as well. Will have been sharing. Okay, this is again present perfect continuous. We will have been sharing resources. Okay, resources and strategies. Okay, resources are your exam papers, your notes. We call them resources. And strategies, as we discussed, strategies is your plan. Okay? Method of plan. Creating a strong support network. Okay, we will create a strong support network that keeps us focused and encouraged. Support network is that we try to support each other through, like, when you have a support network in place. Okay, then that means whenever I see that you are lagging behind, you are not doing well, then I can motivate you, I can encourage you. When you notice that I am not doing well, then you come to me and tell them that, that look, you need to do it this way, okay? Or there are these things that you are doing wrong, okay? Or you are good at these things, okay? Therefore, we call this sport network, okay? Therefore, usually you have in schools, in your classes, you have like mentor, you have like your counselors, you have like teaching assistant, TAs. You will, these are just to extend network, okay? Each other, okay. Then we have focused and encouraged, okay? Even outside of study hours, I will have been thinking about I will have been thinking about my goals and future plan, okay? My goals and future plan. I will have been envisioning something you just, envisioning is something you plan, envisioning my university life, imagining the courses, okay? I will have been envisioning my university life, imagining the courses I want to pursue, and I will have been envision is what is envisioning. Okay, I will have been envisioning in like future possibility, future plan, vision, that we have a like vision, something like it is used as a verb here. Okay, envision is used as a verb here. Okay, I will have been envisioning my university life. I will imagine I will like, what do you call, you know, imagine my university life. Okay, imagining the courses I'm going to take, I want to pursue. Okay, I want to start. Pursue mean when you follow something. Pursue mean when you follow something. Okay, when you try to achieve something, and the new environment. Okay, and the new environment I will experience. Okay, therefore you are envisioning everything. My family will have been supporting me emotionally. Okay, family my family will have been supporting me emotionally, and their encouragement will have been keeping me grounded. Okay, like, emotionally, when you are like, when your emotional support is when you like, tell them again, don't worry, you can do that, you don't need to worry, you are not alone, we are with you, I will help you, whatever the problem, we can try this time together. If you don't understand, ask me, or if you need anything else, just ask me. Therefore, it's like an emotional support, okay, supporting me emotionally, and their encouragement will have been keeping me grounded. Okay, grounded is again like, it is used like, grounded mean like, focused on the task. Okay, grounded is focused on the task. Ultimately, when I complete my exam, ultimately means finally, when I complete my exam, I will have been working towards this goal. Okay, I will have been working towards this goal for nearly a year. Okay, then I will finally, when I complete my exam, I will have been working towards this goal for nearly a year. It will be a moment of pride and relief knowing that, okay, moment of pride Pride when you are like, you are feeling proud, you are feeling like, that you achieve something, you're feeling like proud. And relief and relax. Relief is relax. Okay, when you are relaxed, knowing that I will have been putting in, I will have been putting in consistent effort. Consistent means continuous effort. Consistent means continuous effort and determination and encouragement to achieve. And determination is when you are determined, when you are like, when you want to achieve something, when you are determined, when you are like, motivated. Okay, determined means when you are motivated to achieve something truly meaningful. Okay, therefore, it will be a moment of pride. It will be a moment of pride and relief and relaxation for me, knowing that, to understand that I will have been putting in consistent effort and determination to achieve something truly meaningful. Okay. Because I've been putting like, putting in consistent effort, okay, to achieve something truly meaningful, something important, something life-changing. Okay. I'll read it for you guys, and then we will end there. By the end of this year, I will have been studying for my final exams for over 6 months. Every day, I will have been dedicating at least 4 hours to revision, focusing on subjects that have historically been challenging for me. My teachers will have been guiding me through the most difficult topics, ensuring that I understand every concept thoroughly. Meanwhile, I will have been attending extra classes and study groups, which will have been running since early September. These sessions will have been providing valuable insights and reinforcing my learning through collaboration with peers. While preparing for the exam, I will have been balancing my academic work with part-time responsibilities at home. My parents will have been Okay, I will have been balancing my academic work with part-time responsibilities at home. That I mean, like, I will balancing my academic work with the part-time responsibility at home means like I will keep a balance. It's not like I will just continue working at home and just forget about my academic work. Okay, or it's not like I just 100% I focus on academic work and completely ignore my part-time responsibilities at home. Therefore, you need to keep a balance. This is important, to keep a balance, That's what it means. I will have been balancing my academic work with part-time responsibilities at home. My parents will have been counting on me to help around the house, and I will have been managing my time effectively to meet both academic and personal obligations. On weekends, I will have been participating in online mock tests, which will have been helping me identify weak areas and improve my test-taking strategies. My tutor will have been offering feedback regularly, so I will have been refining my methods steadily. I give exams, take exam, teachers will give exam, and students will take exam. Okay. By the time I finally sit for the exam, I will have been practicing past paper for several months. I will have been simulating exam condition at home, making sure that I am not only academically prepared, but also mentally ready for the pressure. My friends and I will have been motivating each other thoroughly throughout this journey. Okay. My friend and I will have been motivating each other throughout this journey. We will have been sharing resources and strategies, creating a strong support network that keeps us focused and engaged. Even outside of study hours, I will have been thinking about my goals and future plans. I will have been envisioning my university life, imagining the courses I want to pursue and the new environment I will experience. My family will have been supporting me emotionally, and their encouragement will have been keeping me grounded. Ultimately, when I complete my exam, I will have been working towards this goal for nearly a year. It will be a moment of pride and relief. It will be a moment of pride and relief, knowing that I will have been putting in consistent effort and determination to achieve something truly meaningful. Okay. This is the end of our class. If you have any question, you can ask me. G. If you have any question, you can ask me.
All right, sir. There is no ambiguity in your lecture.
Alhamdulillah.